My sound is on. You have to wait and they do it.
Here's the meme. First picture.
Is it 11 yet?
Cute.
The lady said, Dad, how many do you need? I said, one. Where are
Okay,
these
you gotta
bowls?
go in the other room. She's gotta start.
Can I eat the cereal from a cup? These bowls are too small.
No, just, if you want more, just get more. So just fill that up until you eat it. You don't eat it all at once.
When are you starting your meeting?
I'm hoping to start now.
It's 11 o'clock. I need you to know that.
Hurry up. Wait, this one. Maybe I should do. This. Oh, this is weird. Okay. So, hello, it is me. Let's see. A minute. Hi, everyone. So, hi, my name is Florence Hardy. This is my first time doing this, so I'm super nervous. But just to tell you a little bit about myself, I am a craftinista, as I like to say. I'm also an attorney, and so part of what I do is I like to help artists, whether they be performing artists or hand artists or DIY artists or whatever, build their hobby into a business. And the other thing that I like to do is craft myself. So I have a couple of other things that I do, but you'll see I have like this shush shirt on. The reason for that is one of the other things that I am working on right now is a nap lounge. So it's a place where people can nap during the day, which is why I've sort of created this DIY sort of self-care thing. So since my nap lounge is closed for right now, because we are where we are in the world, I decided to try and share some of my DIY self-care skills via Instagram. I'm on Zoom, as well as, so I'm on the Rejuve Instagram page. I have a Craftinista Instagram page, and I also am the Crafty Lawyer on Instagram. So a lot of different things that I have going on. And every Sunday, I'm going to try and do a Sunday self-care craft. So something that you can do at home to help you make your, because you have to be at home for so long, to turn your home into your spa. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started, and I hope you like it. I hope to get better at each time that I do this, but let's see how this goes. And I'd love to get your feedback afterwards, say maybe the camera was wrong, you'd like to get a different type of craft. Later today, I am going to be doing on the Craftinista channel and the Crafty Lawyer channel, I will be doing a knitting class. So if you're interested in knitting, I will be sure to put you, I will put them in the chat. Thanks so much for suggesting that. I will put all the social media handles in the chat. But I am doing a knitting class later today at 3 p.m. Central. That will be both on Zoom and on the Crafty Lawyer channel, as well as the Craftinista channel. So that'll be a basic sort of, if you just want to learn the skills, not create anything, that's what I'm going to be doing there. But right now, it's all about bath salts. So I'm trying to read that. Let's see. So let's get to it. So the reason I chose bath salts is because in my store, I sell these things. These are called bath bombs. So you can just drop them in the bath once you have it all set up, once it's warm, once it's done, and it starts to fizzle out. In my store, I sell these for, I think you can see, maybe it's upside down, $11. So this is one bath, $11. This is what I sell in the store. You can buy it if you want. It's very good. I love the way that it fizzles. And these are also handmade by a crafter, a woman-owned business. So I try to put woman-owned products in my store. So this is handmade by a woman-owned artist. And she does a lot of different flavors. So this is our rose. We also have lavender, and then we have lemongrass lavender. And they both serve, they all serve different purposes. So like rose helps you wake up. So, or it's not as relaxing, or it's relaxing, but it's not as, it doesn't make you as sleepy. So if you're doing like a Sunday spa day and it's like 11 a.m. or 12 p.m. and you don't necessarily want to go to sleep, but you still want a relaxing bath, rose might be the best for that. But if you are looking to, this is right before you go to bed, then lavender is probably the best. But in any case, once you use this, it's gone. I do like that it has like actual lavender in it. You can see even in this one, it has actual rose in it. So that's really cool. So that's like a luxury spa day, but let's just make a spa day every day. And we can't spend $11 on bath bombs for everyday baths. So what I'm going to show you is how to make your own bath sort of salts, not a balm, So it won't fizz or anything like that, but it will provide you with the aromatherapy that you might be looking for in your own bath. So let's get started. So what I have here is, you may be able to see, I've tried to set it up very nice so that I have a number of different products here. I will let you know that all of the products that I'm using today, I bought at the dollar store. So it may look fancy. You can do this $11 bath bomb for like 20 cents. And each time you'll do it. In the end, what we're going to be creating, sorry, that fell. Fix this back up. Sorry. So what in the end we're going to be creating is a bath bomb or bath salt container that looks like this. So you can see you can use as much or as little as you like in your own bath, and you'll get to sense how much you need. And the good thing about this is that you can always put more in. So say you're in the bath for a longer time than you anticipated that you would be, you can always put more in. So this is just, again, this is a container I got at the dollar store. You can label it with the scent if you like, and I'll show you how to put in the different scents that you might be looking for. But this is what we're going to end up with. So to get started, put that back. Okay, so some basics for bath salts. Bath salts are basically just Epsom salt. Basically, that's all it is. But there's a lot of different things that you can add to it to customize it for what your needs are. So we have some basic bath salt. What I found at the dollar store, which was super cool that I didn't even know existed, was they have actually lavender infused bath salts, which I was like, oh. So if you're super lazy, you could just buy this and use this as your bath salts. You don't even have to add anything to it. But if you do want a more custom experience, then you can always add things to it. So your base is always going to be Epsom salt. Then the other thing that I found there, which was a very good ad, was there's this Himalayan pink salt. Now this is really good, and I'll read it. It's really good to soften and heal cracked skin. It reduces swelling, and it gets rid of dead skin. So, this is sort of the basic, but in all of my bath salts, I always put a little bit of Himalayan pink salt because it has those extra properties that Epsom salt doesn't provide. This really nourishes sore muscles and that kind of thing, but it doesn't do like the healing part. So I always put in a little bit of Himalayan bath salt or pink salt. Make sure it's pink, so it's actually pink, so Himalayan pink salt. And then the other thing that I'm going to put in, and again, also found in the dollar store, so make sure that when you go to your dollar store section, and these are all in the bath section of the dollar store, you might find something actually extra cool that you didn't know was there, so you didn't know to look for it. But this is actually mineral bath salt that I found at the dollar store. So this has menthol in it, and it also has juniper and orange in it. So this helps soothe and comfort as well as renew and uplift, because the orange that's one of the essential oils that helps you wake up. If you think about whenever you smell an orange, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm awake now. That's why I think orange juice is so popular, because of the smell. But this is really good for tension relief. So I always put a little bit of this in too. So I have just a couple of materials here. So you can see I have like these plastic containers, and I'm going to use these to mix. I'm actually going to do 2 to 3 different combinations so that you can just get some ideas that you can use on your own. And then I have these like little measuring cups. Now I have these, but there's no real science to this. You do want to make a larger base of Epsom salt and then add to that. But other than that, you can mix and match as you choose. And if you find that there's a combination that you like or you don't like, you can always then change it for the next time that you do it. But I just have these little measuring cups because I thought they were cute. And it does make it easier to make the proportions right. So if you're saying, I want more lavender in this than rose in something else, then it's always good to just have these little measuring cups. Although you can just pour directly from these little containers, which I'll show you. And then the last thing that I'll have here for you is, so these are actually essential oils. So we sell these in our store. They're not quite online, but they will be online later this week. But we sell these in our store, and these are essential oils that you can use in diffusers. But for us, for our purpose today, we're going to use these to infuse even further the bath salts. Now, the thing about essential oils is when you buy them, they'll usually come in these small containers. You can see the box is pretty big, but the container with the essential oil in it is quite small, right? And that's because you don't need that much essential oil in anything. Even if you're using a diffuser, you use really 2 to 3 drops, and then maybe a cup or 2 of water. That's how strong these essential oils are. So you never really need a lot. And even though essential oils on their own are pretty expensive, because you don't need a lot, it really lasts a long time. So that is why the price is what it is. In our store, we sell these for $13. And we have a range of different scents to choose from. So for our purposes, I'm going to actually open the Refresh, because I'm going to assume that you're doing a spa day Sunday and that you don't necessarily want to go to sleep afterwards. So I should have opened these earlier, but I did not. But it's open now. So with this one, this is our Refresh essential oil, and this is a combination of a number of different essential oils. So you can buy them raw. So one of these that we have here, this is lavender. It's just all lavender. But with our Refresh, which is this one, it's a combination of lemon, lime, lemongrass, roseberry, and linalool, something else, or wood. But in any case, this is really meant to help you wake up. So what we use this essential is maybe if you take your showers in the morning, then you might spray this in your shower to help you wake up. Of course, you're mixing it with water and then spraying it. You don't just use this in a spray bottle. You want to make sure that it is properly diluted, but that is something that you can do. So we're going to use this one to make our wake up or our Sunday spa day bath salt. So I'm going to take it out. You can see it's very, very, very small, relative, right? So again, you don't need a lot of this. You only need 1 to 2 drops when you're making your bath salts. So let's go ahead and get started. I think that's enough introduction for right now. So like I said, our base is always going to be regular Epsom salt. So let's start with that. And like I said, I do have these measuring cups. It just helps, again, if you just want to measure. But for the Epsom salt, because this is our base, I'm just going to pour it in. And it also depends on what size container you're going to use. So I'm going to use a pretty small container to store these because I want a lot of different types of scents. But I'm going to go ahead and fill out all of my bases so that it's done. I think I'll do a wake up or a lemongrass refresh one. I'll do a rose one, and then I'll do a lavender one. So you can see the last one I didn't put that much of a base in because it'll be my lavender one. And remember, I have lavender infused Epsom salt. So I'm gonna put more Epsom salt there. So these are my first ones. So base of Epsom salt. And so remember, the second thing that we always want to add is our pink salt, our Himalayan pink salt. So it may not come like this. This is just the one that comes in my dollar store. But whatever dollar store you go to, maybe they'll have a different brand of Himalayan pink salt available. Oh, I think I have one that's open. Just give me 1 second. So I did not have one that's open, so you're gonna see me do something ragged here. Okay, working it in. Hey, can you try to open this for me? So I thought that was open already, so I'm gonna ask my assistant to get it open for me. So while we wait for that to be open, I am going to explain some of the other things that I have here. You may not see in the camera. Oh, it's open. Thank you. Lovely assistant. So, skip that. We're going to do that later. Now we're back to the pink Himalayan salt. So I'm going to do about the same proportion of Himalayan salt to Epsom salt. And again, I'm putting these in all the different options. Now remember, my last one is going to be my lavender. So before I put in my Epsom salt, I'm going to put in my lavender Epsom salt. And even though it's infused with lavender, it's still white. So, but you can absolutely smell the difference. And you can smell that lavender coming right out of there. So then after I do that, the pink Himalayan salt doesn't really have a scent, although it's it has a little bit of infusion of essential oils. Is not enough to create a scent, so it doesn't mask anything that you're trying to add. So the lavender will still come out strong, as well as the other essential oils that you use. So that's our pink Himalayan salt. We have our lavender. And then remember, I found this tension oil or this tension bath salt. So I'm going to mix a little bit of that in each one too, because I always want that same benefit of tension relief when I go into my bath salts. So just a little. And again, when you go to your dollar store, you might find something else that you want to add to yours. This one is not infused with any essential oils as well, so it will not mask or mess up any of the scents that you are trying to create. It's just a good base. Smells so good. I can't wait to use it. Okay, so now that we have our bases, all of these are pretty much the same, again, except for our lavender, which is our third one. We have 3 here. I don't know if you can see all 3. There we are. I think that's a little better. So now we're just going to add in some of the essential oils. So for our first one, we're just going to do a refresh. This is our wake up essential oil. And so I'm not going to add any of these extra bath salts that you can see here. Again, these are all ones that I found at the dollar store, and these are just pre-infused. So they all have different sort of scents to them. If you don't want to get the essential oil and infuse it yourself, you can always just add these to whatever base you create. And then that helps stretch the bath salt that you create, and while providing that essential oil and not having to spend $13 on a container like this. So for our first one, we're going to make this our refresh bottle. So I'm just opening it up. I think I'm opening it up. They always have these like child protection locks on. I'm like, I might need my helper again. Oh, there it goes. So you can see with the essential oil here, oh my gosh, that smells so good. They already have like this little pour in them so that you can pour. So you don't need anything to help you make the drop or two. This stopper will distribute it in drops already. So for this one, we don't want more than 5 drops based on the size. Now, depending upon if you're making more bath salts or less, then you may want more drops or less drops. But for this amount, I think I'll do about 3. So I don't need that much. I'll just do 1, 2, 3. All right. Then that one's done, set it aside. Now you do want to be able to, and in this instance, I don't have all of my materials because I'm working from a makeshift location today, but I'm just going to reuse this Epsom salt bag and pour in the mixture so that I can shake it up, because you want to make sure that you can get those essential oils over every piece of the Epsom salt. I'm just going to mix it up. And now, that's great. And then you can put this in a decorative container whenever you're done. So this is our refresh. bath salts container, and that'll be good. Again, it depends on how much you use in each bath, but that would be good for at least 3 baths, I think. And then the thing about these Epsom salts is they do dissolve in the water, so they shouldn't leave any, and they shouldn't leave any residue or anything like that. So for our next mixture, what we're going to do is we're going to create a rose focused or infused bath salts. So for this, you could, like I said, there is rose essential oil that is available. I actually have some in my store, but I didn't bring it with me here. So to get the rose essential oil that we need, I found these rose scented bath soap salts at the dollar store. So I'm going to use these to build out my rose. And so your question might be, well, how come I can't just use the rose and that be it? Well, again, this provides some of the other benefits because remember I put in this tension soap. The rose doesn't do that. It just provides the rose essence, not any of the other benefits of the tension salt, as well as the bath salt, the Himalayan pink salt. So remember, this also helps with healed skin, reduce swelling, and gets rid of dead skin, which the bath salt by itself wouldn't do. It just allows you to release rose essence in the water, which may be what you're looking for too. So if that's all you're looking for, then you could just use this by itself. But if you did want some of the other benefits, then you can mix them together to create a more custom bath salt experience. So we're gonna pour in our rose. And then in this one, I would also add some of the rose essence just to make it a bit stronger. I don't have any, like I said, with me today, but that's generally what I would do with this one. And then we just do the same thing where we mix it up. Now, generally, I would have different containers because I don't want what I mixed earlier to compromise this rose smell. So I'm actually not gonna do that because I don't want to compromise. So, but just know that when you create it on yourself, you do want some kind of container, even if that is putting it in the container that you'll ultimately store the bath salts in, like the decorative one I showed you earlier. You put it in there and then mix it up, that's fine too. But I did want to show you all the other different options that were available at the dollar store in case you are interested in looking into those. So the first was I found this vanilla bath salts. There's another lavender scented, which I'll use in our next one. And then there's a French lavender and citrus. So you can find a whole bunch of these. And then this is coconut. So it all depends on what scent you like or whatever. But when you're creating your custom bath salts, just remember that your base is what really stays the same. And then anything that you add on that is really your own personal preference. So remember, our base is the Himalayan pink salt and then the tension mineral-based bath salts. So I'm just going to mix up the rose here and then put it in a decorative container, and now that's done. And our last one is our lavender one, which remember we had the lavender scented Epsom salt. So it is already scented with lavender or has lavender essence in it, but we're going to add some of this lavender scented bath salts as well. And then the same thing with the rose. I do have the lavender essential oil here, but I'm not going to add it to this one because it's pretty strong already. But again, it's up to you. I'm going to add the lavender in, mix it up. And those are our bath salts. So I have one to wake up. I have one for maybe midday. And then I have one to help me sleep. They all have the different essential oils in them, which is why I've created 3, because they all serve different purposes. And I've done it for way less than the $11 bath bomb, which I sell in the store. But again, you can only use this once. For, less than $5, I've created 3 different options that all serve different purposes in my bath taking experience. So that's all that I have for today. I hope you really enjoyed it. I'd love your feedback. Like I said, this is my first video. I hope to do a self-care Sunday every Sunday. I know we have one coming up that talks about, I actually forgot my schedule, but it is on my website. So I should look that up and know it next time. But we have a lot of different DIYs coming up. They're all free. What I'm going to try and do in advance of the next ones, in case you want to make it with me, I do have the ability, especially if you're joining us via Zoom, where I can see you and you can see me. So then maybe we can craft together, which can help us through this whole isolation thing that we have to go through right now. So I'm going to try and post the ingredients or the materials for the next projects in advance. So if you register on our website, then you should be able to get that email and you'll have everything that you need to create our next craft. So I hope you enjoyed the class today. As was requested, I'm going to go ahead and type in my social media handles. So like I have a number of social media handles, but I'm going to put in the primary one. So my store is the Rejuve. And then my craft handles are at Craftinista and at the Crafty Lawyer. I know it sounds bad, but I like it. I am crafty in both crafts and legal strategy. Yes. So those are my social media handles. I'm mostly on Instagram. I don't really do Facebook. I might be trying to do that, maybe just by default, since Instagram and Facebook are connected. But I hope that you really enjoyed today's class. I hope that you follow me. I hope for our upcoming classes, you invite friends over. Like I said, we'll have a 3 o'clock knitting class that's starting today as well on my Craftinista and the Crafty Lawyer channels. So I hope that you can join us there. And if not, I'll see you next Sunday. Thanks. Oh, hi, Auntie.